All right, welcome to our how-to video on the 2022 Genesis GV70. Today I'll be covering the driver's information and infotainment screens. I'll do a general overview, show you how to access information, and do a deep dive. Let's get started.
Today we're working with our friends at Morries Genesis of St. Louis Park, Minnesota.
We'll start with the driver's information screen, and then we'll move to the infotainment screen. So on the driver's information screen, you have got an analog speedometer on the left, and you have got an analog fuel gauge below that, and then you have what is kind of like looks like a square digital screen with a lot of driver's information, and then you have a digital tack that looks very realistic over on the right, and there's some other information that can show up in there, and I'll show you that as we go through. The controls for the driver's information screen are right here. It's this button here, and then it's this rotary button, and then you can push it for OK. To start with, we have our driver assistance screen up. And so that'll show things like your lane keeping assist, your lane departure assist, your adaptive cruise control. All that will show up in there. And I really can't turn anything on right now because it has to be moving. But that will all show up in that screen. Now, if I push the menu button, okay, you get a compass, and that's all there is in this particular screen. So if I push it again, now we're gonna get a series of screens that we can go through. So, this is accumulated trip info, and on this screen, you can press and hold this to reset it. All right, I'm gonna go down one, digital speedometer. Down one again. This is your attention level. So what this means is, you know, if you're weaving out of the lines a little bit, if you're taking your hands off the steering wheel too much, if the car just senses you're kind of wandering, then it'll give you a warning and tell you to take a break. Okay, we'll go down again. Tire pressure. When you drive, this does display, gives you tire pressure for all 4 tires. Go down again. Here we have engine temperature. And here we have traction. This is for your all-wheel drive system. So it'll tell you which tires are getting traction. Go down one more. Like this one, it gives you the oil temp, it gives you the torque, and it gives you the turbo boost in PSI. So I think that's kind of a neat thing. I like it when they include torque. And then if I go down one more, this is where you can select contents. And it's kind of a weird screen. So if I press OK, you get either this or exit. It's the only choices you have. So if I press this, the thing is, it doesn't show up in the driver's information screen. It shows up in the infotainment screen. All right, so I'm just going to push up here. I'm going to push exit and go back. Okay, I'm going to press the menu button again, and we're back to adaptive cruise control. Okay. Other than that, at the top, you have your auto start, stop, defeat button. And then you've got, of course, your gear selector, which you can see it rotate through the different things. You got your lane keeping assist light up there. And then at the very bottom, you have your miles till empty. So remember I said that RPM gauge will change and do some different things. So when I'm in the backup mode like that, what it likes to do is it shows you that little sensor for a little bit, and then it goes back. Okay, and then it shows you I put park in place. So it has little messages that pop up. So if a message pops up in your vehicle, that's more than likely where it's gonna come up in. All right, so the driver's information screen is fairly simple. Not a lot of things you have to hunt and peck and go through. They've laid it out real simply, but that's it. So next, we're going to move over to the infotainment screen. Okay, on the infotainment system, it is 11.4 inches long. It's about 4 inches tall, but it gets lots of space for things to be displayed on. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It has AM, FM, SXM, so Sirius XM, and it has HD radio and Bluetooth and navigation, as well as a 4G Wi-Fi LTE hotspot. All right, to control it, you can use it as a touchscreen. It is a touchscreen. I find it's easier to use the controls that are down in the center console. So down here we have a rotary knob here. You can push it left, right, up, down. You can push on it. Lots of things you can do there. You've got a physical back button, home button, menu button. This one here is rotary. It's tune, so you can tune the radio, change tracks on, say, Pandora. And then over here you have got a push for power and then a rotary for volume. All right, so what the screen you see here is what I would call a calm screen. We've had people ask us, well, what is that line that's going back and forth? As best we can figure it out, it's just letting you know that the system is active. You can also see the date, the time, and what media you're using currently. So I'm going to start with the rotary knob, and I'm just going to rotate it one to the right, and we start going through all the menus. Now, you notice the three little dashes that are underneath at the bottom of the screen. That means there are 3 screens. So I'm just going to go through them quickly here. There's the second one, and there's the third one. Okay, and then I'm just going to rotate back to the first one. All right, so that's the system. So now let's go one to the right again, and we're going to take a look at not all the apps, but we're going to take a look at a few of them. So navigation. So if I want to do that, I'm just going to push here. Okay, now up here I can zoom. Okay, if I toggle to the left, I'm going to move where the map is centered. You notice it draws a line from your car, so you can kind of search around your car, which is kind of cool. You can go backwards, you can go forwards, but I really like that. And if you want to go out far enough, question is, how much can you really see? Well, you can see almost the whole world. So it zooms way out, and then of course way in, and it'll tell you how far out. It's 0.2 miles right now. I'm going to just push that, and if I do that, I can say set that as a destination. I can scroll down, I can hit save, I can look at nearby POIs, parking, or turn the display off. Okay, so I'm going to go backwards here, and then to get out of this mode, you're just going to hit the back button up here. So I'm just going to hit that, takes me out of it. Now, in order to get the menu buttons up in here, okay, I'm just going to touch the screen, it'll bring them back, and then I can touch home. Okay, that brings me back to this screen. I can look at the compass, I can change the setting of the map. If I click here, it auto sets to 300 feet. Then I can go down here to navigation, volume, and I can go right here, and then I can toggle over and I can say I want the voice to be louder or softer. Okay, if I want to go down to sound effects, I can just toggle down on this, and then I can, and down again, and now I can click this, and it lowers all other audio volumes when the navigation prompts are playing. Okay, let's talk about how to plot a route. All right, so when I'm on menu, you can't highlight the magnifying glass, but just on menu, just click this, and then you can go to destination, click again, go to search. Okay, and now you can use this or your touch to scroll through. And so I'm just going to toggle, so I'm moving this down. Oops, I toggled two. Okay, there we go. So McDonald's, let's just go here. And then I can scroll through to select whichever one I want. Click on it. I'll say set as destination. I click on it again. Okay, so I can have a recommended route, an alternative route. I can add a waypoint or avoid certain things. I'm just going to click on that one.
The route guidance will start now.
All right, so then the question is always, once you've started something, how do you end it? Down at the bottom, you do see a cancel route. That kind of disappears after a while, but if I tap the screen and I get these items to come back, the cancel route does as well, and then I can just hit cancel route. The other way is through voice commands. So if I press the voice command, let's see how well this works. Find McDonald's.
Please say the line number.
4.
You will be guided to the 4th destination on the list.
And then just click on here to select it.
The route guidance will start now.
Now the other way you can cancel is by using voice commands. So if you press it, cancel route.
Route canceled.
All right, so the trick on here is learning which words to say so the system understands you. Okay, so that's the basics of navigation. Now, if you want to get into the details of, how do I set my, my POIs and all that kind of stuff. So if I go in here again to menu, okay, and I can go into navigation settings, and here they all are. So if I push over to the right, okay, oops, I went back too far here. Let me go back up to map. So I rotate it up. Now I'm going to click on map to go over. I got map display, map font size, map color, POI display, vehicle symbol color. I mean, you have all of these things that I don't have time to get into, but they're all there. If I just toggle back one to the left, and now here I got to rotate to go down to display. I kind of wish that the controller would work the same, like if you could toggle left, then you could toggle down, but sometimes it's a rotate, sometimes it's a push. But here's your display, here's your guidance, your alerts, and of course others. I mean, there's just lots of stuff you can set in there. All right, I'm going to go back to home. So that was map. Under navigation menu, you get some of the same features we already saw, but you get a destination search. You can search by POI, previous destinations, saved places, Genesis dealerships. If you're, you can also look at traffic. I'm gonna hit the back button. I'm gonna go over. Genesis has their media separated by radio and then media. Media is any device that's other than radio. So if I go to radio here, I'm gonna rotate up to FM. Click on it, and now if I want to tune, I'm going to use this dial, and you notice the cool looking speedometer. Yeah, I like that. So if I find a particular radio station that I like, you notice there's this kind of a read out star in the middle. I can reach up and just click the star, or what I can do is I can toggle over with this, then toggle up and press, and now that's one of my favorites. But that's how you set a favorite. That's how you change stations. Easiest just to use that, I think. All right, I'm going to hit the back button here for a minute. We'll go to media. Okay, here I have, here it lists everything. Okay, so there's no Bluetooth. I got AM, FM, Sirius XM, sounds of nature. That's a very nice. You can, if you don't want to listen to music, you can listen to just say calm waves. So, and it's in surround sound, which makes it nice here. All right, so if I go back, I go to radio data. The HD radio will give you traffic, Doppler radar, some fuel prices, and this is where you can take a look at that, okay? I'll go back. Your phone. Now, there's no device connected, so we're going to click on it for a minute.
Device. Search for the vehicle name shown and pair.
So I'm going to go to settings on my phone. So I'm going to go to Bluetooth, and I should see at the bottom GV70. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to pair, it's the same number. Okay, I'm right here. It's asking if I want to allow my contacts and favorites to sync. If this is your car, you'd want to say yes.
Starting.
I'm going to say no because it's not my car. Okay.
Download was unsuccessful. Would you like to try again? If you continue.
Okay. So down here on phone, then I can turn my phone back off again. Okay, if I'm all the way over here, I have make a phone call. So if I click on it, I can download contacts. If I scroll down, I can have my favorites show up. If I got my address book, if I want a keypad, I can click on there and then get a keypad. And then of course, voicemail if I rotate down one more. All right, let's go back. And let's go over, this is Genesis Connected Services, phone projection. So let's click on here for a minute. In order to connect it with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you do have to have a cable, and that's where you would do that, through the phone projection app. So I'm going to keep going here. You can have voice memos. So you just click on it, and you can click on it again, and you can record something. I'm obviously not going to record anything, but you can make yourself a little memo. Setup. Okay, it's set up for a guest right now. So under vehicle here, if I click vehicle, I can have a driver assistance. So if I push over, I have smart cruise control. And right now it's based on drive mode. If I click on that, I can change it to based on drive mode, based on driving style. Okay, so I am just going to leave it where it is. And to go backwards, I can either press back or just toggle back one. Driving convenience. If I click on that, I can go over here, and highway driving assist is on, highway lane change assist is on, and highway auto speed change is on. So when it sees the speed limit sign, it changes. You just click on it and it will take off. The first one takes everything off. These ones you can check mark separately or take them off. All right, I'm going to hit the back button here. Speed limit warning. If I click on here, basically, if there's a speed limit sign and you're over it, it's going to give you a warning. Okay, so you can turn that. This is just a warning. If you have speed limit assist, okay, then I can go up here and I can offset the speed limit. So I can say, let me go 3 miles or 5 miles an hour over, or 3 miles or 5 miles under, 5 miles an hour under, without warning me. Okay, I'm gonna go. Leave it there at 0, go down here, and hit speed limit warning. Okay, and then you can also do things like, if I hit the toggle button, I can get warning timing, warning volume, a haptic warning. Haptic will vibrate the steering wheel for you, so you can have that strong, medium, light, or off. Driver attention warning. Lead departure vehicle. That's if you're on the cruise control system and the car in front of you takes off and you're not aware. It'll warn you so you know to get going. Forward safety active assist. Okay, so right here, that'll provide a warning in emergency braking. So you can have active assist on, you can have warning only or off. Why you'd want that off, I don't know. Okay, so I just toggled back to the left. All right, we got lane safety assist here, and again, you can just push to go over, and then you can rotate through the selections and click on the one that you want. Okay, and let's go. You have blind spot safety and parking safety. So lots of your safety features under here. Now to go back again here, I'm going to press here. And now I'm back to here. So I got drive mode. Remember on the driver's information screen, we could have a custom mode? Well, this is where you make it. So if I just click on here and I click again, and then I can go, okay, I can set the powertrain, the steering, the suspension, and the all-wheel drive. And you do, all of them are the same. You click on it, then you rotate through what you want it to be. Okay, let's say I want it to be on, well, we'll do comfort, and then we'll go our eco, and we'll go back to comfort. Okay, and it just reads it right up there for you, so you can see what that is. So I'm gonna hit back, but that's where you change that custom mode there. Okay, drive mode change alert. It gives you a little graphic, so you can do that here with a detailed alert. You can go to a simple alert or an off. Okay, brakes. All right. Brake feel and responsive. You can set it to comfort or sport. Coasting. This decouples the transmission from the engine for better fuel economy. Okay, I think I'd leave that off, but that's if you want good fuel economy, maybe that's the thing to do. Hit the back button here. All right, we can't go through all of these, but this is, I mean, you can see how you go through them. You just rotate through. When you want something, then you will click. Okay, and then you can either click again, you can rotate through the different things. This one sets the theme for the driver's information screen, so I'm going to go through that one. I go to theme selection. It can be linked to drive mode. It can be, if I uncheck that, then I get theme A, theme B, or theme C. I'm just going to link it to drive mode because it's just fun to watch it change when you change modes. Push this back. All right, you do have, of course, oil change reminders if you want, and then you have a welcome sound, and you can turn that on or off right there. I'm gonna hit back, and you got seat warmer balance. And again, you just toggle over, adjust it, When you get it where you want, toggle down to the next one, adjust it. When you're done, toggle back. All right, let's go back button again. And we can look at the seats here. This does have smart posture care. All right, so I'm going to rotate down to that, and what that does is you enter your information. So basically, you're going to do your weight and your height and your inseam, and then it's going to adjust the mirrors, the steering wheel, and the seat for you automatically. All right. And again, if you own the car and you do the biometric finger scanner, all that stuff is saved to that. All right. So this other thing this has is Ergo motion seats. So if you're traveling for a while, you can have 3 different things. Okay, you can have comfortable stretch, and you can have that to be short. The session length can be set all the way up to 20 minutes long. And if I go back again, you have it strong or normal. Then if I rotate down, you have smart posture assist, on or off, and smart support. And there is a button on, I showed you on the full review, there's a button on the left side of the driver's seat. It's a single button. It's the very top button on the left. And by going through that, you can change between the modes. All right? So that is just awesome. And it makes for driving long distances much more comfortable. It just kind of keeps your body awake. All right. And then I won't go through these, but you got lights, you got door and lift gate settings, convenience settings. But again, you can just toggle over, click on it, rotate, click. It's all the same process. All right, I'm going to go to home. Okay, we already went through sounds and nature. This does have valet mode. Under seat controls, you have a few different things here. So this is to help you control the passenger seat. Now, I showed you on the full review, but there are 2 buttons on the passenger seat that the driver can reach. It's right on the side. You can go forward or backwards, and you can tilt it. So unless you really want, someone's really being finicky, you could just use those. But if you have someone that's elderly that doesn't know how to run the buttons, you can come in here and you can adjust all those things for them. Okay, so which is just really, really cool. I'm gonna go back again. Quiet mode. Okay, so then radio media is only limited to the front seats, and volume is down to a value of 25. So it's just a quick push button, so it's nice. If you're looking for a little bit of silence, or if you're looking for a little quieter atmosphere. Climate is up here if you want it. Some of the same options we saw earlier come up in here, and you can adjust it from there if you want, but honestly, it's just as easy to do it right from the touch screen below the infotainment screen. There's really nothing extra that you get right here that I can see. So, but it's just I guess they put it through that system anyways. Okay, notifications. And then you do have an owner's manual if you want, but I always think it's easier just to look at our video. There was one button on the steering wheel that when I touched it, I said it brought up the information in the infotainment screen, and that was when we were in a table where it said select contents. If I click OK and enter and click OK on driver assistance, this is what it brings up. So you can set your smart cruise control, and we've been through this, but it just brings it right up for you so you don't have to hunt and peck for it. Okay, so it's all these safety things here. Okay, so that's what that button brings up. I kind of wish they put it right in the driver's screen, but they don't. All right, the last thing I'm going to show you then is the backup camera. So all I have to do is push this button here, but I will put it in reverse just to... All right, so here we've got review parking guidance. If I uncheck that, the lines are gone. So they are nice to have. So I'm going to leave those on. So I get a couple different views by clicking here. This is the straight back, and this is the straight down, like as if you had a hitch, you would see it right there. Okay, these are your parking sensors, and of course you have a third window that's showing up over there as your navigation window. Okay, but that's a nice camera system. And then again, you do have a button right here to turn that on while you're driving. That's it on the infotainment screen, the driver's information screen on the Genesis GV70. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching.